So this week, we played two games. We're 1-1 on the week. And it's just kind of the lesson of highs and lows. Um, Tuesday night we play a game. We play, we're playing games where we can get some more opportunities, some learning opportunities. And I hope we're taking it seriously. If not, then it's having a negative effect. I mean, the reason I told the boys we're started to play these games, and we played three of them, and we're done now. That's how many we had planned. Is to get our confidence back, to let people know how to play the game and they can be good at playing baseball, and baseball can be fun. And one thing that concerns me Tuesday is I saw a little bit of lack of focus in some areas. I saw some people not focusing as much as I would like to see them focus, and that was because I mean we played well. We didn't give up a hit. We got many hits on the night, scored many runs. I think we had two home runs on the night. But one thing that concerned me was um, seeing how people were reacting to the game and reacting to things. And then the very next night, so last night, we had a league game, and this is a great lesson in um, expectations. And we've been talking about expectations for a week and a half or 2 weeks now. What are our expectations as a team? And we did not live up to our expectations. We didn't get close to living up to our expectations last night. Um, we actually in the field we played pretty decent. We made 8 outs in the field. So when there were times when our pitchers did really well. The three pitchers we threw last night actually all threw more strikes than balls, which is what we asked them to do. Everybody was over 50% doing that last night. First pitcher came in and threw 35 pitches. Then we had our second pitcher come in, throw 34 pitches, and our last pitcher to close it out threw 10 pitches. And they did really well. I mean, we did well pitching wise. We in total we threw 79 pitches. We threw 79 pitches to when we were at bat last night, we saw 71 pitches. So it was right there. I mean, we threw 8 more pitches than they threw. However, we committed 5 errors. They didn't commit an error. We committed 5 errors, and that was the difference. I mean, and these were playing from the ground up. I mean, we committed 4 errors, pretty like two or three in the same inning, maybe even four in the same inning, for one position. And those were all situations where we make those plays and we're out of an inning. We're out of an inning giving up 1 or 2 runs. And it's just one of those things that snowballs. Once we started in the way we started, um, I think we made some mental mistakes. We started feeling sorry for ourselves instead of drop third strike. On a third strike, you got to be watching for that drop third strike. See if you can run. It's helped us out before. I mean, we've had people advance on drop third strikes, and we've started rallies on drop third strikes. Well, we have a drop third strike in the top of the first inning. We feel sorry for ourselves and start walking off to allow ourselves to get tagged, and then we walk off third base, and we make a we you know we kind of had a lapse in judgment there. And that kind of that was sort of the rest of the game. And I told the boys afterwards, when we're doing things like that, like I'm not always going to be just talking about how everything's okay and how, like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, there are things that we need to do and ways we need to prepare that we can be more successful, and we can be competitive. Um, we had 9 strikeouts last night. They recorded 12 outs for us. We had 9 strikeouts. And 1 out came from a lapse in judgment that they really had to work for. 1 out came from a 6-3 put out. which should have scored a run, but we got out at the plate because we didn't get down. We didn't get down. If we would have gotten down, and the home plate umpire told me afterwards, if we would have gotten down, that probably is a safe call. Um, but there were a lot of times last night where we weren't listening on the base path. We had missed signals. We were just kind of getting down on ourselves and feeling sorry for ourselves. And we've said over and over again that as players, players are the ones that have to support each other. It's not always going to be the coaches. The players have to support each other. They have to look out for each other. I mean, out of our 9 strikeouts last night, we had 3 looking strikeouts, and those 3 looking strikeouts all came from the middle of the order. And those are things that really, really hurt us when we're trying to be competitive, and then we get in a situation where we are maybe people start pressing a little bit and they start trying to do too much, and then we get into trouble in those areas. So, what's good about this week is we kind of saw the highs and lows. As I talked about last night after the game, we don't get too high. We don't want to get too low. You don't want to get too high because if you do, baseball is going to humble you. It's going to find a way to humble you. But if you get too low, then it's hard to get out of that. And so you kind of have to stay even keel with it. Um, you take what comes at you. You take the lumps that come with it, and you move on. And that's what we got to do from last night. As I told the boys after the game, this was a low. Um, Last night was a low. The way that we get through this is their support of each other. And that's how we can work through this as a team. We have the weekend off. We have another league game Wednesday, and then we're going into Spring Slam tournament next weekend. So we have 3 more tournaments, and I think at this point 6 more league games. So guaranteed 12 more games. We're at 18 right now, so we're kind of at that middle part of the season, seeing how everything goes in the tournaments and seeing if there are some other games here and there that we need to play. But I think from what we need to do is we take the lessons we have last night, and then we turn the page and we move on from those. The last thing I'll say is that I'm going to, over the next couple or few days, be working on a team recap so we can see some of the statistics we have as a team, and comparing those games that we play well, and comparing the wins and losses, because I think that will be really, really helpful for everybody to see when we play the way that we know we can, and when we play up to our expectations and play in our process, then we can do pretty well. And when we don't, that makes it really difficult. We struggle to be competitive when we do that. I'm also going to be working on some um, individual statistics packages so people can see those, and talking to people for those. So we have practice tomorrow night. Probably 6 to 6:15, or 5. We'll end out 6:15, somewhere around there. And then we'll enjoy the weekend. We'll kind of recoup, or regroup, and then we'll see how we can finish out the second portion of this season. So I'm excited for the lessons we learned this week. They're really important lessons. I'm excited to see how we can regroup from this and recover from this, and where we can go from here. So thanks, everybody.